Did you know the biggest concern for real estate agents in California is the lack of inventory? This chart comes from the California Association of Realtors Market Pulse Survey. It came out less than a month ago. It goes up until March. It said 37% of the realtors are concerned about lack of inventory. And that should be apparent from another fact that was in that Market Pulse survey. 74% of homes for sale in California receive multiple offers. Let me put an S on there. Now, given this is what I would consider if I were thinking of selling my home, especially if you're doing it in California, Southern California, let's put it that way. I am looking for a few sellers who would like to sell their home to the top bidder using a 7-day auction model rather than spending tens of thousands of dollars on realtor fees. Now, I've used this model in the past. I'm a real estate agent and a real estate attorney. I've sold over 200 homes as a broker. I've advised others. I've sold some of my own properties this way. But I've never created a case study, and I'd like to create case studies for my students. So let me just give you a little background. Online pricing data has changed everything, particularly buyers realtors are no longer needed to sell a home for top dollar in 99.9% of the cases. And if you talk to me, I'll talk to you about those situations where your home may have an incredible view. It may be a one-of-a-kind $20 million home where the buyers are going to need a real estate agent to convince them of the pricing. But most people, you're not going to have to worry about that. In fact, I've been noticing that because buyers and their agents are so tuned into that listing price and they hate it, even in multiple offer situations where they go too far above that listing price. My thesis right now in this market, where almost everybody is selling to multiple offers, is that having a real estate agent may constrain the amount of money you will actually realize for the sale of your home. So what I've done about it, okay, so there's two things I want to do. I want to help you get rid of the idea of listing price, and if you're going to run a multiple offer situation, which should be the goal of every seller, I want you to be able to start off a little low to encourage the bidding process, but I want you to be able to create a fair bidding process, a transparent bidding process, where the buyers realize they should be going up and they can go up freely, at least one, all the way, so that you can have a process that extracts top dollar from that one bidder. You don't need 10 buyers who are willing to pay this low price. You want one bidder to go all the way up to the top, which is really what the realtor process is supposed to do. The realtor process, you're supposed to start above the market and come down until one buyer comes up. You're not supposed to start off low and have 10 buyers. So I've created a step-by-step course for home sellers to follow, but I don't think it's really going to be convincing until I put some case studies in there. So what I'm offering to do for a few select sellers in this first round, because each round it's going to change as we get more to me realizing the actual dollar value as a listing agent. But in this case, because I'm saying you don't have, we're going to create a non-binding situation, so you have no constraints to sell. In fact, I encourage you, if you're thinking about buying a home but you don't know how much your home is worth, and you'd like to be able to buy a home not contingent because your home's already under contract, I encourage people like you to consider working with me on this. But really, this works for anybody who realizes the old models don't apply. There's no reason to pay 2 or 3% for a buying agent, but you don't want to be bound by this process. And really, a lot of people don't want to waste an agent's time. So here's the deal. For $2,000 fee flat, I'm not going to ask for 1% at the closing or 2%. I'm not going to ask to pay realtors on via the MLS. It's just $2,000 to you. But here's the catch. There's going to be two groups because I'm comparing and contrasting two groups. In one group, we'll call you Group A. We're going to use Facebook, Zillow marketing, big data, Craigslist, maybe some local marketing too. I'll talk to you about that. And we're going to talk about our big open weekend. We're going to have people come in over the weekend. We're going to ask them for bids. I already have the website set up. We're going to have them we're going to drive some traffic to a single home selling website where we explain the process. We're going to have them come there. If you've got 25 people showing up or more, you're going to get top dollar offers. We're going to put them in a bidding process. We're going to tell them, look, they don't have to worry about your agent or me selling to my own buyer because I get compensated more. You tell them you have no reason to pick anyone but the top bidder, and the top bidder is going to have the right with you to negotiate. The strongest bidder is going to have the right to negotiate with you on Sunday night or Monday, depending on your schedule and their schedule, to maybe come together and create a contract. So you're going to be able to go to contract if you'd like, or reject all the offers if you like. Now, Group B is going to be a little bit different. This is the model I hope works better long term because it will actually be less work for me, and I'll be able to pass those savings on to agents. Instead of doing a lot of the marketing, I'll probably still do Facebook marketing, but instead of doing the few hours of the other marketing, like putting your home up on Zillow as a for sale by owner or however we choose to do that, I'm just going to put your home directly on the MLS. But instead of offering 2 or 3% to buyer's agents, I'm going to offer $100 to the buyer's agents. Now, they'll be calling and upset, but I'll just say, hey, look, we're having an auction weekend, and we've elected not to compensate buyer's agents. And I'm sorry, but, the MLS is putting data out all over the internet, and we're taking advantage of that fact. I personally don't like it. I think listing agents should be in control of their intellectual property, but we're not. So I'm sorry, I'm not going to pay you $100. But their buyers are going to see this. They're going to see it all over the internet. They're going to see that we have a low starting price. We're going to talk about how great this home is and how at the end of the weekend they're going to know their pain's going to be over. They're going to know if they get this home or not. They're not going to be jerked around. We're going to make this home either way a buyer's magnet for the motivated buyers. And I will use techniques that I know from Facebook to actually select showing your home to the people who are in the market looking to buy right a weekend. They've shown they've shown the major identifying characteristics of motivated buyers. We're going to market to them on your home. Now, it's going to be great. I'll be accepting, if they call me, I'll be accepting offers from the agents. I will help from the buyers. I will help the buyers draft our standard offer that we'll have already worked out together. We will, on either method, we will have drafted your disclosures ahead of time, an attorney. So even if you go to Plan B, where you eventually go to list with an agent, I'll have already gone over your disclosures with you as a lawyer. So that's the thing. Again, no obligations. And here's the beauty of this process. So it was $2,000 to start for you. But if you really are going to sell your home, and you were doing this before you consider going the traditional agent route, I can refer your listing at any time, even if you don't want to do the auction weekend, to a realtor, because this would work for my future course students too. I can refer your property to anybody, to any agent, whether you know one, whether it's a family member. We can do the stats and research and see who sells the most homes in your area, wherever you want to go. And I will ask for a 1% of the selling price fee, or we go maybe up until even half the realtor, the listing agent's fee, because that's pretty common in this market. Agents need listings. As I showed you in the beginning of this video, they're concerned about lack of inventory, and they don't have enough houses to sell. We've got more buyers than sellers. So I will first, when we collect that money, you will get your $2,000 back, and then we will split that remaining fee. So we could be splitting, depending on the price of your home. If it's $1 million home, we could be splitting $10,000. So you get the two, and we'd split the remaining $8,000. So this is a win-win. In fact, you might want to just do this and not even bother trying to sell your home for top dollar and not have to pay realtors agents if you're so inclined. So I believe there's a win-win process for anybody. So either way, we generate offers you love, or you move to the next step and we go the traditional realtor route. And that's good news, because either I'll have a great case study in group A or B for my sellers, my future sellers in the course, or you get to have an attorney help you set up the process ahead of time, do the pre-marketing, and then you go the traditional realtor route, and you've already got disclosures and other items prepared, and you've had an excellent price discovery opportunity. You will find out. I mean, if we get a lot of buyers in over your home, I'm going to tell you this is where the market is right now. And of course, you might want to choose to do other things. You might not want to sell. That's okay. But you'll have a price discovery weekend, and this may help you if you're downsizing or you're going to move on to a next home. You'll have an idea of how much equity you'll have after the sale, the price that buyers can pay, and then you'd even have maybe a mark for your realtor to hit. Like maybe you'd say, look, I'm willing to sell if you can do better than this after costs. It's just a tremendous win-win that I feel that I've designed for people. So for more information, either click the button, and depending on whether it's you're seeing this on your phone or you're seeing it on a desktop, the button could be anywhere. Winnerscheck.net. You may see this video. I talk more about the course on winnerscheck.net most of the time, but if a lot of people are looking for information about this, I'll make this the video instead. So winnerscheck.net, or if you see this on Facebook, I will just comment in Messenger program or let's say seller, and I will I'll contact you. You hit seller, I'll give you an opportunity. I'll give you my contact information, or Well, it depends how I set up the messenger bot. Maybe I'll ask you, okay, what's a couple times that you'd like me to call? And you'll give them and your contact information. I'll call you, or I have to set up the messenger bot. But just in the comments, just hit seller, and the messenger bot will come up, and we'll set something up. I guess this was an R over here. So anyway, John McConnin, winnerscheck.net. Thank you for your time.